Hi, in this video, I'm going to go through LeetCode 20, which is the valid parenthesis. So in this question, you're given a string containing only the brackets here. So they're all characters, and you have to determine if the input string is valid. So if it's only valid if the open bracket is closed by the same type of brackets, and the open brackets must be closed in the correct order. So what does this mean? For example, if you have something like this, then this should be a correct one, right? Because these two match with each other, and this one match with this, and this match with this one. But if it's something like this here, this will return false because these two, they don't match with each other. And the approach for this question will be stack. So if you see an open bracket here, we just append it to the stack. And if you see a closed bracket, you'll check with the top element of the stack and see if they match with each other. So let's go through this example here. So for the first character, it's an open bracket, right? So you just add it here, append it. So this is also an open bracket, so append it. And for this one, it's also an open bracket, so append it. Now for this one, it's a closed bracket, right? So we're checking with the top element here. And the top element one is this square open bracket. So it doesn't match with this closed bracket here. So we just return false. But if it's like the previous example, this will match with this, right? So they'll just pop this top element here and check with the next character. So this curly bracket here, they also match with each other, so we just pop. And for this one, they also match, so we just pop. Now we also have to check if the stack is empty, because there could be some case where there is still some leftover open brackets in the stack. So if in case, if it's empty, then we just return true. If it's not empty, we'll return false. Other than that, there could be some case where you don't have enough open bracket. So for example, for this one, these two, they match with each other, right? Then they'll pop. But for the last one, there is no elements in the stack already, so we just return false. So now let's try it on LeetCode. At first, we can just directly check the length of the string. So if it's one, we surely know that it's not valid, right? Because there needs to be at least two to match with each other. So if the length of the string is less than or equals to 1, then we just return false. And we also need a stack for the open brackets, right? So we need to create a stack. And how do we know if these two match with each other? So we need to create a hash map. There is some other approach for doing this, but I prefer using the hash map because it's like simpler. And it looks prettier too. So after we created this hash map, can start the looping. So we'll loop through each character in the string. If the character is in the SMAP, so for example, if it's an open bracket, so it will be in here, right? So if the char is in SMAP, it means it's a open bracket. So we just append it to the stack. Else, there could be some two cases, right? So if the stack is empty, we just return false. If it's not, then we'll check, like do further checking. So if it's empty, then we just return false. Now if it's not empty, they will get the top element. You can just use stack the pop because the pop this pop function also return the top element and pop it. So currently the char will be the close bracket, right? For example, for this one, the char will be this one. So if you enter here, the char will be a close bracket and the current will be a open bracket. Now to check if they match each other, we just use SMAP per. So this one will get the, for example, if current is this one, SMAP per will get this char here, the close bracket here. So they will only match with each other if they are equals, right? So if they are not equals, so we can just return false. So if the char is not equals to SMAP per, they will just return false. And actually, we're done with all of this. The last step, you have to check if the stack is empty. So if there's still some elements in the stack, we just return false, else we return true. And when you run this, it's accepted, and we submit it. Yeah, and it's accepted. Thank you for watching this video.